Hey everybody, Chris here. We have a crypto rebound going on. We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You'll be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And on the live streams, over the past couple months, we've talked about the summer of chop, which we are in, and how there would be dip buying opportunities. We've seen it again and again and again at the beginnings of the month. That's right, June, July, August, and even September. Right near the first 5 days of each month, there is a dip. In July, it came on July 1st. So we just had it. I thought it would be a couple days later maybe, but nope. The market makers came in, dropped the price. We'll show that on the heat maps as well, what happened, because they are in control. They're in control. Usually volume is really, really low on the summer for trading crypto, and we have had more volatility, and we even have open interest. That's right, open interest is expanding because there are a lot of gamblers out there, a lot of traders who want to use that leverage and they want to make maximum profits because they, like I, think prices are going to be going up and they want to ride that up with leverage. But there's a lot of shorters out there as well. We know there are bears. We talk about that during the live streams. There's another bear who was in the live stream yesterday and just calling for prices that were just unbelievably low. And I'm just like, hey, you have your opinion? That's okay. But yeah, I don't think they're going that low. But let's get into it. Let's go to the charts and the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the Bitcoin price. We're up at 107.8, about to hit 108 on the recovery. The rebound coming from 105.2 on the dip that we had yesterday. That's right. This is a 4-hour chart. We're looking at it zoomed out a little bit, just trying to get the overall picture. We had this sideways trading here since the 25th of June, and then we had the dump. Now that dump, of course, it's taken out a lot of leverage trades that had built up over that week. And now we're rebounding right back. This is just a classic move. ETH did come down to about 23.75, now back over 24.40. And Dogecoin is now at 16.2. Now as Dogecoin does, right? Whenever there is a retrace and there's a dump, Dogecoin dumps harder. It loses more percentage, but it gains it back on the recovery and on the rebound. We see this again and again and again. Over time, if there's more red than green, Doge is going to end up lower comparatively. But if we're looking ahead toward a huge rebound, most likely, as I've been saying, for the fall, Doge is where you want to be because you're going to get better returns on Doge on a big green market, right, than you will for ETH and Bitcoin. So what did I do? Well, this was the swing trade I had done, right? Big green candle, just not my whole portfolio, but my swing trading part of my portfolio, right? Big green candle, sold, bought back in on the dip right before below my 16.4 target line. And then Doge recovered right back. And I was like, all right, that was a great swing trade, right? Well, dump. But do you know what I did? Bought more. That's right. Yesterday, bought more under 16, got 15.95. Bought more Dogecoin. This was my stock swing trading piece that I had. So I was waiting for MacLeod to come down. It's not coming down right now. And so I just bought more Doge. And I'm already in the green on that Doge. That money that was just sitting there with my buying power, just waiting for the stock to come down. I bought. Now, did I get the bottom? No, you're never going to get the bottoms, right? You might get lucky every now and then. And I know some people still lie about that. Oh, yeah, I caught that right at 1567. And I'm just like, no, you probably didn't. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we do have a rebound going on. What's going on? Look, we got Dogecoin. Closes June in the red. We know that. But will July be any better? And again, I made my July price prediction video on my channel. Do check that out as I take a look at the whole month ahead for Dogecoin and crypto in general, but concentrate more on Dogecoin. So take a look at that video. Ethereum, now that 36.5%, that was for the second quarter of 2025. And Arbitrum we talked about as well as a layer 2 on ETH, and how Arbitrum went on a big run. And we can look at the ARB price here. That went on that big run because Robinhood is using Arbitrum on ETH for all of its tokenization. The stock tokenization is all on ARB. So ARB went on this big run, of course, profit taking, and then retraced following Bitcoin, but it's also recovering. So we have all of that going on right now as we speak. Now for Doge rebounds after forming a double bottom. I think there may still be a bigger double bottom forming, and we will see that later on in the summer when we get more dips. And will we have a dip, maybe in August, coming down to the 14s or even 13, much bigger dip that mirrors the dip that we had back in April? That would be a true big double bottom. We can talk about that more during the live streams. Make sure that you are subscribed, you have your notifications on, and you join in. My live streams, I'm live every Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time, generally when I start. July 4th holiday coming up on Friday, so won't be live streaming on Friday. We'll try and get one in on a Saturday, though, and then Sunday will be out. But anyway, make sure that you're ready for those live streams coming up. The big picture is what's happening. US 2 money supply is going up. It's continuing to go up. We got the United States, the big, beautiful bill, right? It's going back to the House. If that gets passed, that is just more spending. Money printer, right? All of that leading up to the fall. And that is what this whole year has been about, as I've been talking about over the last 9 months, that the fall 2025 is going to be where the magic happens. We'll be waiting for that. But not everybody is a bull. Not everybody is a bull. Some of them, though, flip-flop, right? And we got one of these, our friend Ali here. I mean, let's listen to this one here.
This one indicator has predicted every major Bitcoin crash, and it just flashed again. The Tom DeMark sequential just gave a quarterly sell signal. This is a rare warning that's historically preceded brutal drawdowns. Back in 2015, the same signal appeared and Bitcoin dropped 75% after. Then in 2018, same setup, same outcome, Bitcoin plunged over 85%. Now it is flashing again. If this plays out like before, Bitcoin could drop below $40,000. For more insights, follow me at Ali Chart.
If this plays out, 40,000. So, again, we're looking at indicators, right? And the indicator is saying, oh, Bitcoin. Now, he uses these words like if, right? If this happens, then that. But you're using this indicator, and it's like, Bitcoin's going to drop to 40K, Ali? Come on. Right, and then he'll turn around and he'll show why it's bullish. That's why we try and keep it real here, guys. We ignore that stuff. Way outside of the range. Trader Allen's like, look, Dogecoin currently at the lower support of an ascending triangle. Right, ascending triangle. We're bouncing upwards here. We bounced off the bottom. That is where you buy on the dips. And now we got this big green magnet up here saying, hey, come back up here. Come back, 17 cents. Come on, let's go, right? That is more realistic trading that we're talking about here. And we could see that happen. Now, this is a little bit much, right? In August, we're not going to see this quite explosion here. But this upward support line that we've had, that is true. Let's take a closer look at that. You know, and again, this is a much bigger picture, zoomed out, 2023 run, 2024 run, early 2024 run, late. What's that run going to be? Again, I think this is going to push a little bit more to the right, be more lined up with October time frame, and that's going to work. But this upward supporting line is holding so far. Open interest, $11 billion now, riding leverage. But this is the problem, see? This is the problem, and this is why we've had this up and down. This is the classic taking out of leverage. The other day when Doge spiked up to 17 cents, what happened? All these shorts got liquidated. Look at that. That one big green candle took out all those shorts. And then what happens? Retrace, even lower, starts taking out all the longs, right? Hundreds of millions of dollars on Bitcoin, a lot on ETH, but even Doge, all of those longs got taken out. And then what happens? As the price is going down, right, you got more shorts coming in. Even this morning with this recovery so far, there are some who don't believe it. And they're just betting big on short. So we have these new short liquidations right up here, 16.4, 16.5. And it's not that far for the market makers say, let's get those shorts first. Let's bring the price up higher, take out those, and then we'll come down and we'll take out the new leverage longs. So that's the game that's going on. That's what's happening. And they're in control. The market makers, the exchanges are totally in control right now. And that's what this is about. What else happened with Doge? Look, I missed this one yesterday. Someone brought this to my attention that, you know what? Dogecoin can be used as a strategic reserve in somebody's treasury. This is this cannabis company. I mean, they called themselves Dogecoin Cash, and it was after this stupid token, right, that was created, this Dogecoin Cash token, and they were going to follow that. But I think they realized that that's just a token. I think it was a BSC token. But now they're embracing the real Doge, right? The real Doge, after previously stockpiling the stupid token, and they realized, yeah, we need the real Dogecoin. So they're the third company I know of that is actually buying Dogecoin. The House of Doge is one of them too, that is buying Dogecoin. Now the House of Doge wants to use theirs as liquidity, and this whole sort of layer 2 such pay, Dogecoin as payment, but some are thinking of a treasury play here that is happening as well. So we've got some companies buying ETH, some Solana, this one Doge. Of course, we know all about MetaPlanet and MicroStrategy and all the big Bitcoin ones, but this is what's happening with crypto. Is these companies and they see that crypto is where the future is. Hey, we've got the whole stable coin thing, and that's where all of like the Genius Act and JP Morgan and their own stable thing, and Visa, MasterCard, stable coins, and how stable coins are going to work and all of that. That's not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is where the investment dollars are making money. They're making money. There's a few stocks here and there that are going up. A lot of them are obviously the Mag 7 we've talked about, the tech stocks, but we also have Circle and MetaPlanet, MicroStrategy, and all the crypto-related ones, right? And even the miners like Riot and Mara like going up because the miners are on a roll right now. So that's where the money's being made. So that's where we are right now on a rebound. Will we dip back below 16 cents? Probably later on. There will be another dip. Again, this is all about the leverage taken out, short and long. That will continue. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this rebound so far? Good sign. Going to continue. Join in on the next live stream. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.